Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel, U.S. Immigration. We hope you're doing great. In this video, we're going to talk about Newsom signs bills in Los Angeles to restrict immigration raids. Governor Gavin Newsom signed a package of 5 bills in Los Angeles aimed at limiting federal immigration raids across California. The new laws strengthen protections for immigrant families in schools, healthcare facilities, and local communities. If you are interested in this topic, please pay attention and watch the video through to the end to get all the information. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. So, without any further delay, let's jump into the video. Governor Gavin Newsom signed a package of 5 bills on Saturday that aim to limit the Trump administration's immigration enforcement activities in California. The measures represent the state's latest move to strengthen protections for immigrant communities and to regulate how law enforcement interacts with federal immigration officials. Overview of the legislative package. The bills signed into law cover schools, healthcare facilities, and broader law enforcement practices. Together, they impose stricter requirements on immigration enforcement agents and reinforce privacy protections for immigrant families. AB 49, Protecting Schools from Immigration Enforcement. Assembly Bill 49, authored by Assemblymember Al Muratsuchi, directly addresses immigration enforcement in California schools. Under the law, immigration officers must obtain a valid judicial warrant before entering a school site or educational facility. The measure also prohibits school administrators from collecting or sharing immigration-related information about students or their families without a warrant or court order. By restricting access and limiting disclosure, AB 49 aims to create safer educational environments where students can learn without fear of immigration raids disrupting their education. SB 98, Notification Requirements for Educational Institutions. Senate Bill 98, introduced by Senator Sasha Renee Perez, also focuses on schools but emphasizes transparency. The bill requires K-12 schools, colleges, and universities to notify parents, students, and staff whenever immigration enforcement activity is confirmed on or near campus. The goal is to ensure families have advance warning, allowing them to take appropriate precautions. Combined with AB 49, the bill reinforces the idea of schools as zones of protection, keeping education spaces free from intimidation. SB 81, Healthcare Facilities and Information Sharing. Senate Bill 81, sponsored by Senator Jesse Arreguín, addresses the handling of personal information in healthcare settings. It restricts the sharing of patient records or personal data with immigration enforcement agencies unless legally required. Supporters argue this measure is crucial for public health, as immigrant families might otherwise avoid seeking medical treatment due to fear of deportation or data exposure. By limiting information sharing, the state seeks to encourage trust between vulnerable communities and healthcare providers. SB 627 and SB 805, Law Enforcement Accountability. 2 of the bills take direct aim at law enforcement practices. Senate Bill 627, authored by Senator Scott Wiener, bans law enforcement officers from wearing masks during enforcement operations. Beginning in January, officers must show their faces to ensure accountability. Senate Bill 805, another bill introduced by Senator Sasha Renee Perez, requires law enforcement officers to visibly display their identification at all times. It also prohibits bail fugitive recovery agents from engaging in immigration enforcement, closing a loophole that advocates say allowed abuse of authority. Support from state and local leaders. The signing ceremony took place in downtown Los Angeles, with Governor Newsom joined by Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass and LA's Superintendent Alberto Carvalho. Newsom declared, "We're here in Los Angeles, the most diverse city in the most diverse state, in the world's most diverse democracy. At our best, we celebrate diversity." He argued that California's pluralism is under assault by this administration and vowed that the state would continue to protect its immigrant residents. Superintendent Carvalho highlighted LA's proactive approach, pointing to student resource packets and zones of protection already in place. There are no sidewalks for immigrant children and sidewalks for everybody else, Carvalho said. Everybody walks the same sidewalk of hope and opportunity to our school. Federal response and criticism. The White House pushed back sharply against the legislation. Spokeswoman Abigail Jackson criticized Newsom personally, tying his comments to broader political tensions following the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Meanwhile, Tom Homan, the White House's border czar, appeared on Real Time with Bill Maher to argue that illegal immigration is not a victimless crime. He warned that offering protection without consequences only encourages further violations of immigration law. Homan added that undocumented immigrants cheated the system and strained immigration courts, creating longer waits for those seeking legal entry. Context: raids and political tensions. The new legislation follows a series of immigration raids across California beginning in June. Critics say federal agents targeted people based on race and detained individuals without due process, despite assurances that enforcement would prioritize those with violent criminal records. Conclusion: Governor Newsom's signing of these 5 bills underscores California's determination to chart its own course on immigration policy, regardless of federal directives. By reinforcing protections in schools, healthcare facilities, and law enforcement practices, the state aims to safeguard immigrant rights while rejecting what leaders see as heavy-handed federal enforcement. California is sending a clear message that it will not sit idly by as federal crackdowns target its diverse population. Instead, the state is strengthening its legal framework to protect immigrant children in schools, ensure privacy in healthcare, and demand transparency from law enforcement. That is all for today in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care